Yo! What up? How we doing, homies? Thank you so much for being here. So happy that you are here. Today's a special day. It's Community Jams Day. But also we have a giveaway going on. And so, yeah! Let's give some stuff away, man. Let's freaking go. Yes! Shout out Josh, man. This is Josh. This is an unreleased Oni Noir song. I don't know if it'll see the light of day, but it's sick. Who was first? Let me see. Dude, there's a lot of people here. Thank you guys so much, man. I don't even know where. Oh, maybe here. Yeah, Moisture. Moisture, Tommy, G-Force. Dudes, I hope you guys are so good, man. Spud Gun, what up? Unixity, my dude. Apollicus, what up?
My fav plugin currently.
Alex, shout out, dude. Thank you so much. I saw we got some follows. We got a sub from David. Dudes, thank you guys so much, man. Corny, what up? Sheckler, oh my gosh, there's so many of you in here. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Don't look at me. You guys are all naked under your clothes too. Chill. You better chill, man. Okay, so as you can see, China, we have the new plugin. China. This is Black Salt Audio's Telos guitar. And what's cool about it is it's basically like an all-in-one. And so what I wanted to do was I have a song here that I'm still work in progress and the mix isn't set, but I think it would be cool to kind of like see how close I can get to what I have, which, to be honest, what you could see here, I'm using Mixwave Mic Stringer. I'm using the IRDX, which I can go into what that is later. But I have 3 EQs. And the reason why I have 3 EQs is because I like to have like a fresh perspective on like the analyzer or like the RTA when I'm EQing guitars. However, I've only had so much time with this, and so I'm hoping that this will just be the guy. This will just be the thing that I use, and I can just do all the things with this. Now, I watched Jordan's video, Jordan Valerian's video. Shout out Jordan, shout out Black Salt Audio. And I really loved it, and it explained a lot. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to give it a shot. Was messing with it a little bit, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. So we're going to be messing with a distorted tone, and we're going to be messing with a clean tone. But let me give you guys a little bit of a context check on what it sounds like, the mix, and what I have currently. Again, this is like a work-in-progress mix and work-in-progress song. But I'll give you an idea on where it's at. And so we'll let a few more people pile in, and then we'll go through and try to mess with the guitars a little bit. But also, I want to say that we are doing a giveaway after this stream. But you have to be on Twitch. And Black Salt Audio was kind enough to give us 3 codes. And so you have the opportunity to win, 3 of you. But we're doing a huge giveaway. And I have the list. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 prizes to give away. And that includes stuff from RS Drums. It has stuff from Black Salt Audio, of course. It has stuff from me. It has stuff from Baby Audio. And it has stuff from Study Sound Audio, which is who makes AXURE. And so we're going to be giving away a few AXUREs, some drums, some one-on-ones, some synth packs. And so make sure you stick around. But anyways, let me give you guys a little context check here. Some of you will recognize this. Some of you who are new, I hope you like it, man. So there's those clean guitars. Welcome, guys who just came in. Thank you guys for being here, man. So this is what we got so far. All this stuff is just like different assets. And so as you can hear, this is a song that we did that was like inspired by Northlane. And so that's why it sounds like that. And I'm really loving how it's turning out. However, this clean guitar here, what I have here is I have a compressor, I have an EQ, and then I have another compressor. And so I want to see if I can get rid of these 3 plugins and just use Telos guitar. And so that's going to be something, you know. And so first things first, what I want you to hear is how different these sound without these 3 EQs down here. Now, the things that I have over here that are collapsed, this is like phantom center, getting stuff out of the center. So, you know, my snare has some room to breathe, this and that. And then I have some saturation going on after. And so that's all this is. And then I have like a side chain. And then this is an EQ. And it's just automating this filtered guitar thing here. And so just so you know, that's what this is. But they're all collapsed because it just looks so messy. But again, I'll show you this. I'm on the chunk setting. on Mixwave Spirit Box. I've been really loving this guitar amp simulator, emulator. I really like the sound that I'm getting from it is what I've been looking for, and so I love it a lot. Now let me show you what the guitar sounds like soloed with those three EQs. And oh, I forgot to mention. Let me mention. So none of this is real guitar. Well, it's sampled guitar, right? It is played by a human, just not me. But I'm using Apex modern trailer guitar from Keep Forest. Now, if you do end up liking this and you want to check it out, I do have a discount code, and it is just Crispidan10. Now, this isn't the only thing that they sell. They sell a whole bunch of different things. A lot of cool synth stuff, a lot of cool samples, and so, just so you know. But that's what, basically, I'm going to that, and then Mixwave, and then the IRDX, which is basically like, it's kind of hard to explain. I don't want to get super into it, but it basically kind of like moves your IR around, so it makes it sound like it's actually pushing air, like, you know, the speaker's moving. There's more to that, but check out their site if you want to check it out. It's a pretty inexpensive plugin, but it lives on my chain now. But I want to show you. So I have some EQ stuff going on, right? And it's just a lot of reductive EQ to get rid of certain things like the harsh frequencies and this and that. And so let me show you. I really don't want to get too like solo in here because it's going to crush our ears all of a sudden. Like listening to guitar solo, really just like your ears are gone after a while. Like not very long. What cab? Again, this is the chunk preset, dude. And so whatever cab is in here, I didn't change really anything. It just sounds so good. Okay, back to this. So I am going to solo this. I'm going to turn it down a little bit so it doesn't ruin our ears. So that's what it sounds like. I'm going to turn off this EQ. These three EQs, I'm going to turn them off, okay? And so you can hear that it's really just honing things in, right? The tone sounds really great on its own, but this thing needs to be honed in. You know what I mean? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this part, and I'm going to turn it off and on so you can hear what it sounds like in the mix with these EQs off and on. And so you can hear I'm really just trying to blend it into the mix, you know? Now, a lot of these moves, I watched Josh Middleton's video, and he kind of gave me some good insight about, you know, trying to not go too crazy, but just get rid of the things that you don't like to try and like savor the actual tone, you know? Yeah, I do. I personally like the frying. That's what I like. Because in the mix it blends really well. Now, through stream, you're going to hear some static craziness. I don't know why that happens, but on my end, I don't hear that. And so if you were like chilling with me and we were listening on my HS8s, you wouldn't be able to hear that. And so I think there's something going on with like the bit rate or something. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these off, and then we're going to open up Telos guitars. And what I want to do first, before I really start to like try to dial this in, I want to move all these knobs so you can hear what it's doing. You know what I mean? What if I just use Soothe? Soothe is good. However, I try not to use it a ton because it's a really heavy plugin, and I feel like sometimes it removes some things that you like, what makes a guitar sound like that, you know? And so anyways. So what I'm going to do is I turned off the EQs here, all three of them. And like I said, I'm just going to start moving this stuff around, like the high cut and low cut, just so you can hear what it's doing, okay? Give our ears a break. Again, the static stuff, dude, try not to listen to it in solo for too long. So you have a peak and shelf with your low. Your mids. Now, what I think is cool about this is you'll notice, let me also zoom in. My apologies, dudes. What you'll also notice is when I click on here, it shows a percentage. It doesn't show what frequency you're messing with. And that was actually a deliberate idea from Jordan and the team, because they don't want you to really look at what you're trying to cut. They want you to listen. And when he said that, I was like, duh, I forgot about that. You know, like I always just try to, oh, I'm going to cut 4K, 6K, blah, 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 right? And so this is what I've been, you know, trying to do. And this actually really helps. It helps with that. The other thing they have is the highs. They have presence and top. Now I'm going to be quick with this one. And so again, sorry if it's all staticky. D harsh is awesome. It's great. This one helps a lot. Chug control. Bump, 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 right? Now you can see it's already compressing because this guitar is really loud. And so just know that it's compressing a little bit. But you can see here on the gain reduction, like the chug controls is cool because it's a pretty quick one. And it's trying to get those chugs in there. You have saturation, you have smooth, inflate, and focus. I really like that focus one. But let's try and get this blended into the mix. I'm going to do this with everything going. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. It's going to go back up, so watch your ears. Don't look at me. You guys are all naked under your clothes too. Chill. So for me, I don't like my guitars too bright, but I like to have a little bit of the sizzle up there. I feel like it blends pretty well. So on their own, like the guitars are so bright and everything like that and really loud. And so I took advantage of almost everything here. I didn't take advantage of the oversampling. I never try to oversample anything. But you can see we got a little bit of compression going on. I might try to bump this more. Let's see what happens. Is this on the bus? No, it's on the channel, but technically these guitars are stereo guitars, and so yes, this is something that I would personally put on the bus, just because I'm that guy. And Ableton doesn't have like where, you know, you can turn two different things and it like does the thing. But yeah, this is something I would typically do to like, I would put this on my guitar bus if I had like a left and right. China! Is that wrong? I don't know. Do I care? No. It blends pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up like a little Control K thing, and I'm going to make this little shortcut so where you can turn off and on these three EQs. Control K. Let's see, so if I did this right, what's going to happen is you're going to see this one turn off and these three turn on if I press this button. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, so let's go to Telos guitar. So it sounds like to me, maybe I went a little too far with my EQ points. Now, I tend to do that, and I've gotten so much better at it, but here's the thing, is like this is 12 dB. This is the 12 dB, oops, apologies. This is the 12 dB spectrum here. This one is 30 dB spectrum, so what you'll see is it's a lot further down than expected. And then here's another one, right? And so I have three different EQs here. And it's possible that I'm just choking too much, right? But I really like what the Telos guitar is doing. And again, let's go back to Telos. Yeah, you can hear it, man. There's such a difference. It's really nice. Now, excuse me, the next thing that I have is my clean guitar. You can tell, or you can kind of notice that my guitar, I have it EQ'd in a specific way. And I like the way that this sounds. It has like a really pushed, almost over compressed sound, which I personally like. And so let me show you what this sounds like. Now for this amp, I'm using Gojira Storyteller, but if you go to the Storyteller, it might not sound like this, and so I did some tweaking. However, I believe this is on my Patreon, this preset, and so definitely take a look. But what I have going on is I have this post EQ. I'll turn that off, and then I have an EQ, a compressor, and then another compressor. So I have two compressors and an EQ, and then I have a soothe. And so you can hear that I have like a special way that I like it to sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a Telos guitar and I'm going to put it on my bus at the end. Now maybe what I'll do, this shimmer is kind of a part of the sound, and so I'll experiment with like if I want it before or after this. Heavily compressed. Sounds nice. See what this does. Yeah, so this, I'm not worried about rules or guidelines of like where it should be. I'm really just going off the sound because I'm using this for, you know, mixing or whatever, but I really like the effect that an overcompressed guitar like sounds in the mix. And so that's why like this is going crazy, but I kind of like that. That sounds nice. Let's do presence. That's nice. Yeah, Alex, that's awesome. No, I appreciate you letting me know about the 6 dB thing, the -6, dude. A lot of times, again, I think I might have learned this from Jordan. Is like a lot of times I'm trying to just use my ears, you know, and where I think it sounds cool, I'm gonna put it. And if I go into the mix and it doesn't sound as cool, then I need to fix it. You know what I mean? But let's do the same thing. So I'm gonna do, let's use the other shift, and then I'm gonna do Control K, and we'll do a comparison with this. And I already like the way this sounds. Like I'm already done, you know. So we'll turn this one on, this Renaissance X. Okay. I also need to probably turn on this one. I think I might have overdone it. Just kind of judging by this stuff. And so we're going to be turning off and on a lot of different things here. And so what you're going to see is when I hit this button, this should turn off and all this other stuff should turn on. Including this here. So let's listen to Telos guitars and then it'll switch. Switching. We were choking it. Now, I would probably cut a little bit more low, but I don't know, maybe not. Let's see in the mix. Oops, wrong thing. This one. This one's original, by the way, and then I'll switch to Telos. It's actually a lot cleaner, dude. You'll notice in my version, which this is kind of an old chain that I've used for years that I haven't really... I've updated kind of, but this one is a lot cleaner, and there's not as much like noise as that sound is decaying, right? As that that note is decaying. Listen again. I'm going to start with Telos, and then we're going to switch. Oof. All right. Well, let me get rid of all this stuff. I don't need it anymore. Control S on that. That was so much easier. Now, I didn't touch the low end or the... I didn't really just touch the low end or the high cut. But... Oops, sorry. Let me show you that again. So I'm going to turn it off and turn it on, okay? Let me solo it so you can hear it. But this is off, and then I'll turn it on. There is a limiter. It's just like staying right there, which is what I want. Now I can show you the limiter, Corny. Let me show you. This guitar tone's really low. It's probably why we're getting the static. But I wouldn't really use that limiter. Is this on? Let's do it in the mix now. I'm going to start off, and then I'll start on, okay? Yeah. It's staying out of the way because I'm going to have vocals on this song, and so... it's staying out of the way. That's all I care about. Now, just so you know, I do have Phantom Center on this one as well. Now, what this does is, again, it just kind of gets the stuff out of the center channel. And so I'm basically just taking like left, right, center, and I'm just turning the center down. I like that. Let me make sure. Okay, so we have Telos on. I'm going to delete these ones, because now we just have Telos on there. Now, someone asked about my sidechaining. I just use a glue compressor, and I'm barely doing anything on guitars. It's so, like, you hear the guitar's sidechain so easily, and so I'm really careful with this one. And again, I have Phantom Center. And then I have NLS here. Does that pulse from Vital? So this is Vital here. And this is my preset. This is the digital strings. The Faith preset pack, which I'm going to be giving away 2 of them today. We do have a giveaway. If you just got here, we have a giveaway going on. We're going to be playing marbles. It's like a random number generator, but funner. And so make sure you stick around to the end. We'll be giving away 3 Telos guitars, plugins. This sound here. China! This is Dreamland from my Faith preset pack. And then we have some context stuff, which is this sound. And then this is a sample. It's a sample I made, and so with all these effects playing, including these. So that was before and after. No automation on the drums yet, that's why the snare's really loud. That was my drums. Maybe turn on dithering? I'm not worried about it, dude. I'm really not worried about it, because you can't hear it in the mix. You know, when everything's going, I'm not too worried about it, dude. Now, if I do a car test and I hear it, then maybe. But I love it. Give it a little context check. We got the giveaway. We got the giveaway today. Let's go. I love you can hear those clean guitars so much better, man. I love it. So sick. So this stream was basically about Telos guitars and how I really feel like I know Schmark. It's funny you say that. We're working on the EP, and this may or may not be on it. Yellow dudes, thank you so much for the follows. Welcome. Now, what we're going to do next is we are going to go over to the Twitch side because we have a giveaway to do. Now, I wish that I could stay on YouTube and Twitch, but the game that we're going to play only works for Twitch. And so if you're on YouTube, make sure that you come over to Twitch, follow, and all you have to do is type something to be entered to join the game. And there's so much to give away, dudes. And again, we're going to be giving away 3 Telos guitars plugins. Thank you so much, Black Salt Audio. I love this. As soon as I saw that you were using it on the Aura's mix demo that you guys did on your live stream, I was so excited to be able to mess with it. And thank you so much for the opportunity to mess with it, because I really do love it. I always feel like I overdo it with EQing and stuff like that because I'm so sensitive to certain frequencies. And so this is kind of helping me to get better at that, right? And so I know, Corny, it's so good. You should go check that out, everyone. So my good buddy Josh, he is Auras, and the Black Salt Audio mixed one of the songs, and it's so good. It's so good. You learn a ton too. I think his name, God, what was his name? I forget what his name was, but anyways, the guy who did the mixing is so good. He did a great job, man. And he used a lot of Black Salt Audio plugins, which is really cool. Now, we're going to head over there, but thank you guys so much for sticking around and hanging out with me during this Telos Guitars kind of like overview. Now, let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you think my mix sucks, because then I'll tell you don't care. Just kidding. But yeah, just let me know what you think about it. Let me know if it makes your life easier or harder, or you prefer to kind of stick to your old ways. Let me know what you think. But again, come by the Twitch, because we're going to be hanging out for a while. We're going to be giving away a ton throughout the rest of the stream, and so all right, dudes, YouTube homies, come over, dude. We'll see you guys soon, okay? I want you to win stuff, man. I don't believe in contests, so anytime that I'm going to be giving stuff away, I'm just going to give it away, man. Because I know that some of you need this thing in order to kind of advance. You guys are all naked under your clothes, too. Chill. That, too. With that said, see you soon. Oh, my mom's here. Love you, Mom. Love you so much. Miss you. See you guys soon, okay? Bye, guys!